top down. Tap tap. Will be the video. It's called driving a hill. That thing looks like it, like the one of those eggs. How do you see it? Yeah. Oh yeah, you drive the car. It's a dedication thing when you drive the car. I forget. Hello. He's not my new pollution. I still don't know about copyright. So can't wait to find that out when I get more when I hit like 100 probably. They're like, oh no, no. You can't. No, a weapon. Look at the weapon. Oh, that's a lot. Finally, Dad, we got some shade. Oh, that grass. We actually got a hill. That's the funny thing. That we call it a hill. Oh my god, that guy just cut off. Wait. Oh yeah, we were on the thing. Yeah, we were on that thing and that guy just freaking blew up. Go. Supposed to wait for us because there's the wind like that, right? So we got caught and the guy stopped. Until I brush my teeth. They're light.
There's Easter with my sister. Something funny happened on the way to the fort.
Wow.
50 Shades. If you missed our mixed Twitter poll of the day, Avengers Endgame comes out.
Let's just say Truth or Dare is my favorite game. It's intense, and it's a super entertaining game. I'm the type of player who would always choose Dare and never Truth. Intensity. Background information? Played it since late elementary school. But anyways, I love Truth or Dare, and I'm not trying to brag, but I am a monster at it. And I do mean crazy. I've licked the seat of a toilet in a boys' restroom, walked into the boys' locker room during school, asked out a 6th grader I didn't know, and don't worry, they were for money. But, sorry, that was loud. But, one day in 9th grade at math class, don't remember what caused this, but one of my table mates, let's call him Billy, brought up a topic about Truth or Dare. Then I commented, oh, I'm a Truth or Dare master. And he did not believe me. Then Billy and the other table mates dared me to go into the boys' restroom. And one of my table mates tried to scare me and say, the walls are glass, so we can watch you. Pretty cool, huh? Our school has glass walls. Anyways, so I gave my group a thumbs up and took the hall pass, walked out of the classroom, then stood at the entrance of the boys' restroom. I turned around and they were watching me. I held a double thumbs up and walked backwards into the restroom. About 1 minute later, I walked back into the classroom and my teacher knew and she got mad. And that destroyed me because she was one of my favorite teachers and I was a great student in her class. But did that stop me from playing Truth or Dare? Nope. Later during lunch, I saw Billy and a few friends of his. I told him to dare me something, and he said, oh, jump into the trash can. Okay, I was so used to answering dares, I didn't think about how the garbage bin was in a spot where it was so visible the entire cafeteria could see me. And also, Billy was probably trying to trick me into throwing myself away. So, I took off my backpack dramatically, not being sarcastic, and put both of my hands on the trash can, and put one leg in there, and then the other one. I know Billy said jump, but the bin had wheels underneath. Of course, his friends freaked out, then I gave them the peace sign, and when I tried to get out of the bin, it slowly started rolling, which was really embarrassing, and as soon as I got out, a teacher walked up to me and questioned me. In the next class, I realized how awkward that moment was, and I did it in front of the cafeteria. I couldn't focus in work the rest of the day because of how embarrassing that moment was, and yep, I regret it. And I officially quit Truth or Dare now. Thanks for listening to my story, people. Be sure to play a friendly game.
When I was 11 years old, I was severely bullied. Every single day, I would wake up in fear, and I would wake up in fear that people were going to pick on me at school, and fear that people were going to beat me at school, and I thought it was never going to end. When I was 12 years old, this is when it got real. I had to file restraining orders on people. I had to file lawsuits against people because, at the end of the day, your feelings are the things that matter. It eventually escalated to the highest extent to where I would trap myself in my room 12 hours a day, not eat, not drink, not talk to any of my family members, and just sit in my own sorrow feeling. This eventually escalated to the point where I was self-harming. I was not taking care of myself. I was very self-conscious. I didn't want anyone to see me. I didn't want anyone to talk to me or even look at me. I was very, very, very intimidated by everyone. I locked myself in my room and started making YouTube videos. I made my first video, then my second, then my third, then my fourth, and soon enough I started gaining a following on YouTube because people knew the way I talked, people knew the way I acted, and it was an escape for me. When people found out that I was only 14, this is when hit the fan. It was crazy, not from boys, but from young girls my age. I realized I had a voice, a point of view, and I could also earn a living about posting my videos, which was the most insane thing because when I first started YouTube, I didn't even know you could make a dime. My parents found out when we were in a supermarket and one of my followers recognized me. This is when the cat was out of the bag. I had to tell my parents what I was doing and that people were following me and people looked up to me.
They took it literally and thought people were actually following me, lol. Now I've come to the realization that I can do much more than earn a good living with my social media accounts, but I can tell my story so other young girls and boys and LGBT friends know they too have a voice and people will listen and people are not victims. We are strong, powerful souls that can handle a lot. I don't have any answers or solutions that will stop bullying, but I do know that for all of us that have been bullied, we must use our experience and our voice to help others. And for my brothers and sisters in the world who have experienced bullying, I found out that the only way to light up a dark room is to light a match. We can't fight darkness with darkness, only with light. Let's show love. I am Suede Brooks. Every single painful thing that happens to you in your life is to build your greatness. Before I go, I wanted to give you some statistics on bullying and suicide, which are very alarming, and I thought they would be good to just kind of add in here. Suicide is the third leading cause of death among young people, resulting in about 4,400 deaths per year. Over 14% of high school students have considered suicide, and almost 7% have actually attempted it. Bullying victims are between 2 to 9 times more likely to consider suicide than non-victims.
To keep your sandwich freaky fresh, Jimmy John's only delivers within 5 minutes of the store, and not farther. It's nothing personal. It's because sandwich.
I had an older sister and a younger brother. Every time my sister or my brother did activities and I wanted to join in, I was always either too old or too young, because being a middle child can sometimes be like that. Although I loved my mom very much and I knew she cared about me, just at times I felt like she loved me a lot less than the other two. My parents divorced. My mother ended up meeting a new person who didn't like me, my brother, very much. If we didn't do what he wanted, he would hit us very hard. One time he hit me so hard that I got knocked out. He was like this for a few years. It got to the point where I had to actually end up calling the police on him. But the police believed him because apparently I'm a child and I was just doing childish and making excuses. It just sucks as a child sometimes when you're not believed because of your age. When I was at school, things weren't easy either. Because of what was going on at home, I had really low self-esteem and people would bully me for being scared and by myself. For an entire year, I had no friends at school. I used to sit by a tree by myself and eat my lunch. People would point and laugh at me and call me a loner and a loser. And I didn't know how to react to that. I just sat there and cried. So I didn't feel safe anywhere. When I went home, it was hell. When I went to school, it was hell. I felt like I had nothing. Nothing whatsoever. After time, the thing with my stepdad, I saw him about to hit my brother. I stepped in the way and told him, no, you can't do that. Although this got me into even more of a situation that I couldn't get out of. And he ended up hitting me really hard that day. But I'm just glad it wasn't my brother and it was me instead. He did apologize in the end for everything that he did, but shouldn't have happened, but still, it's an apology. Throughout my life, I'd just been kind of an outcast. Nobody really liked me. But I just kept trying, and I kept trying and pushing myself to be out there and be more confident. And to a point where somebody actually ended up approaching me and started talking to me. And this was the first proper friend I ever had. He introduced me to more people, and I ended up getting more and more friends and becoming, quote-unquotation mark, a popular kid. And people actually started to like me, and I felt so much more confident about myself and happier. Things were starting to go well in my life. Stuff at home had been starting to get better. Been getting along better with my brother and my sister. My mum had been treating me more evenly and exactly the same as the others. I felt like I was part of the family again. I just kept staying strong in the inside, and I didn't let all this completely take me down. Although at times I felt so defenseless and worthless, I was able to push myself to a point where I was able to get myself out there and be myself. And where I am today is very confident. I'm happy with myself and I'm happy with who I am.